Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Five years ago, the Power of We Symposium was created to provide a platform for kids from all sectors where they could have a safe and comfortable environment in which to share both their joys and concerns. The Power of We Symposium is proud to have served over 250 kids throughout Romania when we took our mission global back in May of 2023. Now, two teams of amazing volunteers from both the U.S. and Romania embarked on an 8-day Legacy of Hope tour, bringing encouragement and hope to not only the kids of Romania, but also the adults who support them, and also to over 100 kids here in the U.S. who contributed handwritten letters of hope to our Romania mission of 2023. Now, this year, we are proud to provide this opportunity yet again in October, and we are super excited to up our game. New venue, 750 kids this time, and we want to see you there. We're looking forward to meeting you in person at this year's event, which promises, as always, incredible speakers, amazing content, and of course, some of the greatest kids on the planet. So, mark your calendars for October 24th, and we'll see you here in Chicagoland for the Power of We Symposium 2024. This year's theme is Always Together, Never Alone. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite or at powerofwesymposium.com.
Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you. in my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Wake up, wake up. I don't care if it is Friday. Ain't no sleeping up in here. Wake that ass up. Wake it up. Hey, it's Friday. Woo! Y'all know how Friday. I don't know who came up with TGIF, but thank you. Yes, it's Friday. We have made our way from Monday all the way down. It was a really rough one. Well, not really, just different for me because we were gone for 10 days to beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm still, If you have not been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, get there. Cue Olita Adams. You can get it by railway. I'm practicing to be that uncle that they keep upstairs in the closet, like Uncle Pete. Remember him up in that movie? I'm practicing. I'm not kidding. I ain't got no kids. One of them nephews and nieces is going to stick me and my husband somewhere in the house. I'm just saying. Speaking of kids, our guest today has 5 of them. Yeah, and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I saw that picture. I was like, I checked every single one. I got questions. They are so beautiful. They look like a TV family, and they might end up being one. We don't know. I got some ideas for this person that we have on the show today. I got some ideas. You don't even know about them. Look, y'all, it is a beautiful day to be alive, to be above ground, to be able to use all of those divine gifts that we've been blessed with to ease some form of suffering in the world, keeping it real with you. And so can I get an amen? Can I just give one? Thank you. Thank you. Didn't hurt, was free. Seriously, y'all, this world is, woo. Well, it's good with us in it. It's better with us in it, right? So we're going to change some lives starting this morning. I've got Coach Jamila. Don't get it twisted. It ain't Jamila. It's Jamila in the house. Now, and it says Jamila Oni. So, you know, we got to find out when I have bestowed these names and glorious. I know. We're going to find out. It's a real thing. I'm a little bit jealous because my name's so plain. But anyway, Coach Jamila is in the house, and she is here to give you some of the latest news, health tips, more. She is all about, we're going to talk about her ebook. She's got a book for y'all about metabolism, and she's not playing. Now, her signature color is yellow, and we're going to find out why. Somebody did something with some yellow, right? We're going to get Coach Jamila in here. It's been a minute since we've talked about our health and wellness. You know, I just turned 62 back a week ago yesterday on the 4th of July, and I'm glad to be here. I will say this, though. I woke up at 50, literally, during my colonoscopy. I woke up, you know how you get that at 50, and realized, whoa, look at the inside. And I started thinking, there's a lot of stuff in there. What if there's stuff going on that I can't see? I better straighten up and fly right. And that's what I attempted to do. And here we are 12 years later, and boy, am I glad I made those changes. Seriously. I don't feel like I'm in a prison. I don't feel like, I got to go work out. I love it. And I'm trying to be the black male Betty White. I am. So is. And are you ready for this? I think I've told y'all this before. My grandfather lived to be 116 years old, had his last child at 97. So I'm going to get there. God willing, I'm going to get there. And we've got something for you today so you can get as far as you want to go too. Oh, I know she didn't come in heels. Yeah, I hear her coming down the hallway, just clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Here come Coach Jamila. Ooh. I'm in trouble. Coach Jamila. Oh, Lord, I done it now. You know what's so sad about that? You know what that was, right? A senior moment. That was a senior moment. I just asked you before we came in here and bragged about it, and then.
It's okay. You know what? At least you caught yourself. That is the key. The awareness.
You're right.
You know?
You're right. I caught myself. Right.
Yeah.
I would tell you what, I know for a fact. He said he don't have one, but I believe he do. My husband, I believe he has a journal somewhere. And every time, like that time I was looking for my phone and I was on it.
Right.
And I was talking to him. I was like, but I can't, honey, you sound distracted. What's wrong? And I'm like, I can't find my phone. He's like, honey, you're talking on it.
It's
I
in
know
your
it.
head.
Because one day he's going to say, Your Honor, on the 12th of April, 2016, I found him wandering around the neighborhood. And, right. So I'm just, and that didn't happen. So anyway, we're going to talk about how we can have quality of life, how we can live our best life, how to reach every day for our highest self. Now, you know, you look like that actress.
Which one?
Oh, Angela Bassett.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say Angela Bassett, Yaya.
How you get Angela Bassett and I get a cross between Bill Cosby and Sammy Davis Jr.?
Oh.
I know. I say I don't look like either one of them. Now, Don Meadows, the ladies' man, I kind of do look like him. Remember him? Yeah, right.
Wait, which one?
Meadows. He was on Saturday Night Live. He played the ladies' man in that movie.
Oh, Lord.
Greg Meadows. What's his name? Somebody put in the chat. Anyway.
Taking me back.
I used to like being compared to Bill Cosby until, you know what, scandal. Right. And I was like, don't let it come out your mouth again.
Right. Don't say it.
I'll pop you in your lips. So anyway, so let's talk about you. So there you are in your signature yellow. First of all, that's going to be my first official question, but I like to dip out for about 60 seconds and give the guest an opportunity to just vibe with the audience, pour into them, let them know something about you that I haven't said yet. And then I'll come back in and we'll officially get started. Sound good?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, it's all you. Take it away.
Oh, it is me. Hey, y'all. I am Coach Jamila. I'm so excited to be here. So a little bit about me, y'all. So I am a total wellness coach, okay? And I'm a mom of 5. He did tell you that. I have 3 grown kids. My oldest is 22. I have a 20-year-old. I have a 18-year-old. And then I have a 15 and a 12-year-old. So y'all, listen, never a dull moment. But my passion is to empower moms and other career women so that they can live their best life. A lot of the moms I talk to, a lot of my clients are overwhelmed. Can I get a witness in there? Who feels overwhelmed? Who feels busy? Who feels like I don't have time to do this and to do that? Well, that's where I come in. I come in to help with strategies. I come in to help you find simple ways to impact your health and be proactive. And I love that Dr. Lauren, I love that he has taken a proactive approach to health. I talked to this gentleman one time and he said what kicked him into gear is his blood work. He got blood work and he found out he was pre-diabetic. He had high cholesterol and he didn't know any of these things. And so it's really, really important, y'all, that we find out what's going on within ourselves so that we can live our best life and live to 116. What? Did you say your dad or your granddad lived to 100?
Well, actually, I guess you would say he was it grand? No, great grand. Because Archie is my, because Archie's older than me. Yeah, great grand. Yeah, 116. And he outlived 3 wives that were all younger than him.
Oh, my goodness.
And he died on his 2 miles a day walk. He was coming home he walked to town and back every day. And it was 2 miles, a mile each way. And he died on the road coming back one day.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So
I'd love to have a conversation with him. Like,
I know. They say he just kept moving. He worked in the fields, and Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Yeah. I wanted to get into first of all, how much them abs cost you back there on that banner?
Oh,
I'm just playing. I know they real.
Listen,
5 kids and you got those abs. How much time do you spend in the gym per week? Or tell us about your exercise. Because not everyone goes to the gym. I didn't for many years.
Yeah, I honestly do not go to the gym. And people are like, what? I feel like, especially, it depends on the season of life that you're in. But when I was in a really, really busy season, you would find me walking down the hallway doing like lunges. When I'm brushing my teeth, I'm doing leg lifts, like finding little pockets of time because there's always the excuse, I don't have time, I'm too busy, I'm so overwhelmed. So I found ways to just fit exercise in. So today my main goal is to make sure I get a walk all the time. I do lots of body weight exercises. I do push-ups every day. I have a pull-up bar in my bathroom so I can see it, and it reminds me to do pull-ups every day. It's not very extensive. It's just kind of like what you were saying about your great granddad. It's just moving your body on a daily basis, no matter what. Don't find any excuse. There's always time to do it. We just got to do it. So
yeah. You know,
yeah.
I didn't realize that until, well, there's an Asian couple at
Yeah.
my old gym, and he runs full out fast on the treadmill for an hour every day, right? And his wife, on the other hand, who looks incredible as well, and they're probably my age, just walks the track and stops on the side and does these little hand things and just little stretches with the bands and stuff. Nothing big. You never see her on the weights. You don't see her doing a bunch of planks and hard, core stuff. You don't. You just see her do. And I had to just ask them one day, you two are a perfect match physically, but your workout routines are so different. You're running full out every day for an hour, and she's doing, la la la, here, look at me. Yeah. And he goes, we've been that way the 40 years that we've been together. It's movement. He goes, no matter what, we chose a movement we could live with, something we enjoyed, and we stuck to it. And he goes, and our diet, we eat well, we eat living foods is how he put it. So we're going to talk about that, because I saw on your website that you do work with people on meal plans. And when I transformed my body, when we go to commercial and come back, I might show y'all how I won that competition, but Well, the thing was, when I started, I'll tell you how it happened, Jamila. Really, I was single then, and I worked for Herbalife. I was their event planner. So when they had their body transformation challenges, I was the one who did the balloon drop and brought the big ass trophy, which there's one of them right over there because I ended up winning it. And anyway, and I kept seeing people transform their bodies. And one day I was in my bedroom. I don't know how it happened, but I accidentally caught myself in the mirror with no shirt on, because I made sure that shit didn't happen. Right? Because I didn't like the way I looked, period. I didn't brush my teeth in the mirror, wash my face, shave, anything. I did it all in the shower, because it wasn't just my body, it was me. I did not like me, right? And I had no idea that was keeping me from a whole nother world of what we're going to talk about here today, total wellness. So anyway, I turned, and I'm not kidding you, I was like, who is he? It scared me. I was getting ready to run. Looked like the Black Alfred Hitchcock. Goody. Wow. Big old stomach. Right? I was like, whoa. I'm like, I almost ran. Like, how you getting here? Right? That's when I decided I've got to do something. And it was not nearly as difficult as I thought. And here's the biggest revelation. I'm going to toss it back to you. When I won that competition, they threw my winning picture up on the Jumbotron. 3,000 people were in that competition. That body, I had no idea at 50 years old that it was available to me. I had always really believed that people that looked like that, they were just born that way.
Right.
I had no idea it was something I could have embraced all those years. So I want to talk about this. First of all, what is the hardest part? I've always heard the hardest part is just getting started. So when someone's sitting there going, I'm too far gone, I got 75 pounds that I don't need, I ain't got no money for the gym, I don't even know where to begin, I got to eat what everybody in the house eats, everything's working against me. So they think that, and then they see your website. What is the first thing you would recommend a person do just to get started in that vein of believing they can change their wellness?
Yeah, that's such a good question. And a lot of people come to me like, again, I'm so busy, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I tell them,
is that the biggest excuse? The most common, that I'm just too busy?
Time. I don't have time. I don't have time.
Shoot.
I have a job. I have my kids. I have this. I have that. How am I supposed to fit going to the gym? And how am I supposed to meal prep? Like, I don't have time to do any of these things. That's the biggest one I hear is I don't have time. So people are completely overwhelmed. But here's the thing, what I always ask people, and I'm sure we've heard it, what is your why? but not just what is your why. I need you to understand emotionally. It needs to resonate with you. You need to dig deep. It can't just be because, for example, I had one lady, she was like, well, I just need to fit into my wedding dress. And I was like, well, girl, that's okay, but I need you to dig a little bit deeper because then when the wedding hits, you lose the weight, then what? And lo
Right.
and behold, she did lose the weight for the wedding, but she gained all the weight back. The honeymoon happened, all going out to eat, and months passed, and she was like, Jamila, I gained all the weight back. And I said, okay, we need to revisit your why. I needed to emotionally resonate with you. And then oftentimes too, I have people do some blood work because the blood work is the aha. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never even thought about. I mean, I get it. I do all that all the time, but I've never heard a coach or a trainer say, "Hey, get your blood work." And why is that? Talk about that, especially
Yeah.
people of color.
Yes. Yes. Because a lot of us have genetic dispositions oftentimes, and that doesn't mean that you can't reverse these things, but if you can know ahead of time, like my A1C numbers, which is like, that's the number that shows if you're pre-diabetic or if you're diabetic. Oftentimes we don't even look into that until it's already there.
Why
The
you have to say
A1C.
A1C?
Oh,
Now that Jardian commercial is in my head. My A1C. That's so let's talk about that. You know the commercial, right?
no, but I
You
was
never
sharing.
seen that with all that goofy choreography back there? And there's a lot of commercials where they're starting to make it seem kind of hip to be
Right.
on this thing for your A1C when ain't
Oh,
nothing cute, ain't no dancing around why you're taking that medication. But see what I
mm,
mean? And that's another thing I want you to touch on today. Holistic approaches and how we got to understand. Don't a lot of people believe, oh, it's okay, my cholesterol or whatever. They'll give me a pill for it. And I'm gonna just say this: when I transform my body, this really worked for me. I
yeah.
love my colognes and my products and stuff, right? And that's why my husband and I have 2 separate bathrooms because we both collect, right? We take a whole carry-on just for our shit, right? So,
See,
but I look at all that stuff that I find pleasure in, those bottles and things, and I go, you know what? Stick to this, or one day those won't matter and they'll be replaced with prescription people. I have peers
mhm,
my age that you go to their house, their center island looks like a laboratory. They
yeah.
have machines that count out all of their medications, and they got log books to make sure they test that and do this and this love.
Yeah.
You see, and 62 is not considered old anymore,
It's
right?
not.
Right?
Absolutely not.
What
Right.
is the average age of the female client that finds her way to you? What's the median?
Average is late 30s to 40s. So between like 35 and 49-ish is the
Really?
average client. Yeah, that comes to me. So a lot of them are starting to hit perimenopause, hormones are changing, they don't know what's happening in their body. And so I love to be able to empower these women on just how to transform their lives. And I love what you're saying. I actually I have a few male clients too. And one of my male clients, he's like, my why is I don't want to be on all this medication because what happens is a lot of and by all means, I can't ever say to somebody, well, don't take that medication. But if you can be proactive about your health, that is a huge why to start taking care of yourself so that you don't, because a lot of the medications, there's side effects. You get on one medication, it starts damaging your kidneys. Then you got to get on another medication for your kidneys. It
Yeah.
starts doing other things. It's like, I don't want to go through that. And you shouldn't have to experience all these things just to try to keep yourself healthy. So I'm like, if you can just be proactive and take care of your body now, then that is the way to go. You're going to feel so much better in the long run. So I
Let's
feel,
proactive. You're absolutely right. Now let's talk about this. Let's go here.
yeah.
Inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, and I believe it, that most dis-ease is connected to a form of inflammation, allergies, everything. And
Yeah.
so let's talk about where it all begins. Because here's the deal. Let's keep it real. For the person who says, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, That is a wish. A want is a wish. It needs to be a need. You need to consider it as a need. Because if
Absolutely.
you just say, I want to lose 20 pounds, usually around the corner, a few weeks later, you've gained it because you just wrote it on a post-it note, stuck it to the fridge. But
Yep.
if we say, I need to, because if you don't say it that way now, trust me, 20 years later, the doctor going to say, look, we need to put you on insulin. Or you need to. So what do I need to do, doctor? Well, you need to shop better because you need to cook better foods, to eat better foods, to lose the weight you want. So let's talk about the plan, because that's the real reason I was successful. I had accountability with someone. I had a reason, a goal, like the weigh-ins and stuff, and I needed a plan. So what's the first thing you do with a person that says, okay, I'm all in? And here's another part of that question. How can you tell the wannabes from the people who are truly vested in change? Because there is a difference. A lot of people that talk it.
Yep.
Go get all the cute little outfits, join Planet Fitness. Girl, I'm going to do it. Don't do shit.
Just be
What is that? What is that? That makes people quit like after a week.
Self-sabotage. And I think people have good intentions. But there's a mindset shift that needs to happen. And I tell people all the time, when you tell yourself, I'm going to start going to the gym, I'm going to do it X amount of days, and you keep breaking your word, you're breaking a contract with yourself.
The worst one.
And the brain actually starts to believe you. Every time you break this contract, it makes it harder and harder. So I'm always encouraging people, there's a mind-body connection. So when you speak out of your mouth, I'm going to the gym, and you follow through, the first day you do it, it's like, okay, your brain's like, okay, I can trust what she's telling me. And then the next time you do it, it builds up, and that there becomes a trust between yourself. And so there's power in sticking to what you tell yourself.
You're so right.
And just like there's power in when I say, Dr. Lauren, I'm going to be here. And if I don't show up, you can be like, well, I don't know.
Ain't gonna be no, I don't know. I'll be like, well, and you're right. And that's why I recommend the people that work with me, the very first thing they are forced to get, it is mandatory. The four agreements. The four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take shit personally. Don't make assumptions. And always, always, always do your best. You stick one of those pillars in every corner of everything you're manifesting, you will be successful in everything you attempt to manifest. And that's fact. That's fact. So, but what about this? What you said intentions. That was a mouthful right there. Let's talk about some people want to do it because my husband keep on my ass about, he don't look at me like he used to. And these things are important. Yeah. And these things are important because I'm going to talk. Let's just talk about this for a second. A lot of people get married and they, everybody looked good at the time. And then somebody, for whatever reasons, one of the two starts slipping a little bit down, a little bit down, a little bit down. Now the other person is not as physically attracted. This thing, a bunch of shit happens in between. And it has nothing to do about the shared love. But, people are attracted to what they're attracted to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. Let's talk about for a second. You said the why. So the motive behind doing it. What is the worst thing, in your opinion, the worst reason a person can have for wanting physical change?
I think vanity. Not to say that we all don't want to feel beautiful, but I think it's short term. It's short-lived because you're not digging into actual health and like the need for your body. It's more like, I need to look good for such and such. And like you said, if you're trying to look good for somebody else and not for yourself, that's a problem within itself. That's a problem within itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I say to people, Jamila, you know how we always have, most of us have that mirror somewhere near the entrance or exit of the house, because you want that last stop, before you go out, you check everything. I'm ready. Right. Yeah. Now, one thing I found very interesting when I was in the wellness business and I would help my clients, first thing I would say, now run and get me a picture of when you felt your best. And they would every time, Jamila, I promise, come back with a picture and go, this is when I looked my best. I didn't ask you to go get a picture about when you thought you looked your best. I said, go get a picture that shows when you felt your best. Talk about the difference.
Ooh.
Right.
I love that. I love it. Because it's interesting. There's a lot of people who look healthy, but they tired. They don't have no energy.
Right.
Brain fog. And a lot of it is because they're not eating enough food and they're trying to get this certain image and they're overdoing it.
Exactly.
And so they don't feel good. They don't feel good at all. They feel sick. And that is not the goal. The goal is not to make yourself look good, but feel terrible. You should be looking good, feeling good. All of those things are super essential. But I do like what you said. It's interesting. The data, I kind of did some data on all of my clients.
Yeah.
To why did I say, like, why now? Why is it important for you to come, connect with me now? And a lot of them said, Jamila, I either saw myself in a picture or I saw myself in the mirror. And I'm like,
That's what happened to me.
That's it. And it's not to be like, I hate myself. I hate the way I look, but it's an eye opener when you look at yourself and you're like, okay, I know that there's better for me. And I know that I can feel better if I start taking better care of myself. So there's importance in looking, not from a place of hate, but looking at, is this where I want to be? And do I want to stay in this place? So yeah, I think it's very interesting, but yes.
It is. And what about mindset? Because for a lot of people, the struggle is couples. For instance, when one is fit or vested in doing their best at fitness, and one just for whatever reason, injury, busyness, whatever is not. And then, because I've experienced this.
Yeah.
Where I think he's still sleeping. COVID. We both gained weight, but then I was like, okay, I'm done. I got a limit. And the thing is, I don't go by the scale. I never have. I always, when I would have a goal for trimming up or whatever, I go get something I love to wear that ain't fitting. I can't close it, can't pull it all the way up, whatever it is, and I leave it out. So every once a week, I go try to slip into it to see. That's where I do. So a watch pot isn't the one that, it never boils. But my point is this. I want to ask you this, the mindset. How do we work with people that we care about who, like, for instance, at that point, I come in the room. Let me quiet. I can wake up anytime. Oh, get out of here. Get out. Turn the light off. That kind of stuff. And I didn't know whether I am enabling or being insensitive or am I helping my husband dig a bigger hole? We got through it, but it was kind of rough there for a minute. So talk about the mindset, about how important is it to a person to have a good support system? I mean, to sit down and let people know, because a lot of women I used to deal with used to say, it's just too difficult, Dr. Lauren. I have a husband or a partner who likes to eat this. I have, like you, multiple children. This one doesn't like that. This one's allergic to that. I can't get the little one to eat nothing but this. And then now you want me to have a shake, the or meal prep and eat brown rice, turkey bacon. My kids won't eat no turkey bacon. It ain't crispy enough. And I had to just show people small changes. So talk about this. And you know what? Here's another thing. It's ever changing.
It is.
It's ever changing. I used to stand in the grocery store because I saw people looking at labels. I'd be pretending. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was reading, but I was like, Right. Just right. Because I wanted to do better, but I did not know how. I had no idea what I was looking at. It was like Chinese on when I would read it. So talk to us about, this is why people come to you to have, so you can take them by the hand and help them put it all together. Because once it started coming together, it was congruent plus consistent. Equals results. And once I saw results, good goodly moodly, I was like, what?
The encouragement right there.
It can work for me. And then I started seeing physical changes. And then the backdoor changes, my mindset and the way I loved myself, and everything changed. And I had to learn how to accept compliments all of a sudden.
See, now come on.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't realize how much I was beating myself,
Yeah.
like you said, and breaking my own covenants. So let's talk about this. When say a person needs to lose 20 pounds,
Yeah.
what when people come to you, do they say, well, I want to, how long is going to take? I got 3 months or I got 6 months. How do you get them out of the temporary mindset and say, no, I'm going to help you do something that you're going to want to hold on to, hopefully, for the rest of your journey?
That's it. Lifestyle. And I think 80%, I believe 80% of what we do is mindset. And sometimes the conversations that I have with my clients is mindset focused for several. Oh, hey, Dad. That's my dad
It
saying,
is. Hi,
yeah,
Dad. Hi, Mr. Tyson.
I saw that, David Tyson. Hey, Daddy. But yeah, just mindset is it. And if you don't have the mindset there, it's going to be really, really challenging to do anything. If you're self-sabotaging, if you're like, I can't, I don't know how, I'll try, like all these words, then you're already sabotaging your own success. So oftentimes we'll talk about why do you want to do this once again? And then at the end of the day, it's a decision. No matter the excuses, no matter how life hits you, because life is gonna life, right? Life is always lifing. Things are always coming up, and that's how a lot of people fall off. They're like, well, I had something going on with my job, or sometimes it's traumatic, like a death in the family, and they fall off track. And all of these things are understandable, but at the end of the day, there is a decision that you have to make no matter what. And you have to decide that I'm going to live this lifestyle for life. This is it, period. It's not temporary. And so you're right. Mindset is so, so important. And if you don't have the mindset there, if you are not ready, it's really hard for me to work with people who are not ready. You have to say, I'm ready to do this.
That's right. And you must mean it. You must mean it. You have to. I'm going to tell you something. Like today, remember I told you my alarm didn't go off 2 days in a row. So I go to my regular gym where I work out 3 days a week on my own, circuit training and whatnot, and do my core stuff. And then I go 2 days a week to a group training session. There's 5 of us, where they're doing my core and all that stuff. And I realized when I went back to the group thing that I had gotten repetitive. I was just going through the motions on my circuit training. I wasn't, I know where I applied to, but I wasn't hurting. I didn't need any kind of recovery drink or anything. I remember the days where I used to work out. So I was pushing it, I had to lay down to put something on because I was so stoked, right. And I wasn't even sweating anymore. So my heart rate wasn't going up, and I had forgotten all of these signals about get your heart rate up, the importance of warming up and cooling off, all these things, and meal prepping. And here I am at 62 now. I don't want to be a prisoner, Coach Jamila. Where I can't. No, I want to eat whatever the hell I want to eat when I want to eat it. But I know what I have to do should I eat it. Okay, that means tomorrow, you need to get that damn cardio. Eat that carrot cake. Tear it up. But that means you're going to have to put something in. You got to understand the numbers.
You got to understand,
okay. And so I want to put that in there, and I want to put another thing in there. Working with people, when I was working with my women of color, I found it so interesting how they were willing to make changes if you showed them how to do it. For instance, 40% of the women, let's say there were 12 of them that I would start with. I'd have these fit camps, right? Free fit camps. And then I have healthy cooking classes under the gazebo at the park afterwards to show them how to do better. Protein pancakes, all these kind of things. And at first when I said, how many of you fry things? All the hands went up. How many of you fry in lard? All but 2. The hands went up. And I was like, what? Where do you even get lard? I haven't in the store. I remember them big old chitlin buckets of lard they used to have. Right.
Yeah.
And they were not willing to give up. My chicken ain't going to be the same. So I had to get them from that to Crisco shortening, from Crisco shortening to canola oil, from canola oil to coconut oil or extra virgin. And so what I'm getting at is even now, what I thought 10 years ago, getting to extra virgin olive oil was the shit. Okay, there it is. But now I'm finding that there are oils even better for you that you use. Talk about that. How do you stay on top of what's current? Because everybody trying to sell something. So
that's the thing. It's almost like you have to experiment a lot, and you have to really listen to your body. And a lot of people are not in tune with their body either. They're not in tune with their body, so they don't know what their body is saying and what their body is saying yes. But I encourage people, really be mindful, because now it's top of mind. I want you to build awareness around how you react to certain things that you eat, right? And then you also have to dig in and do some research, like, hey, which is the best oil for me now? 2024, what is it? You have to be proactive and start researching the trends, but not just trends. You have to make sure that it's legit, because there's lots of trends and there's lots of fad diets.
Yeah, fads. Yes.
There's lots of those.
Olympic thing.
Yeah.
Girl, I know.
I have a few clients who are actually on those IGF-1s, which is like Ozempic's, semaglutide. It's challenging because they lose weight. But the thing is, if you don't stick to a certain protein amount, if you don't change your lifestyle on this Ozempic or whatever the IGF-1 medications, if you don't start changing your lifestyle and you get off of that, it's all going to come back. All the weight will come back because your body has got used to a certain calorie limit, because you're not hungry at all. Your appetite is very, very suppressed. And so a lot of people are struggling to eat, and then they're tired. They have brain fog because there's not enough fuel in their system. They do work. You will lose the weight, but it's meant to be very, very long term on these medications, because once you come off of it, your metabolism can be very sluggish because it's gotten used to 1,200 calories.
All these other things. And one of the things that helped me when I was getting started was this. I made it a rule. I had little mnemonic devices. For instance, when it came to dressings and soups, I always told myself, if I can't see through it, there's a trick to it. So because I wanted dressings I could see through. I wanted soups that were clear. You see, so I had to put a little mnemonic device in place so that I wouldn't lie to myself. Success in anything, to me, I feel, is based on you must be as honest as you possibly can with yourself. When I go to the gym, if I know I'm doing 12 reps or 15 reps and I go halfway and the clock on the thing don't register it, I can either get up and act like I did 12 or it should bother me.
Yeah.
I ain't 12. I almost said a word. Because I talk myself that way. You know, sit your ass back down and fit it. Right. And just like today, when I told you 2 days in a row I didn't get to go, there's like a heaviness on me, which now I have a choice. Well, how can I make it up? So if I have a break, or when I have a break today, here's my little list of appointments. I will go and walk around the block.
Yes.
Something so that I don't regret anything in today. I can rejoice in everything today, even if it wasn't exactly what I had planned. A little bit of something will always bode better than a whole lot of nothing, right or wrong.
That's it.
Okay.
Something. It's better to do something than nothing at all. And I tell myself my little motto, because I think it's important to give ourselves grace sometimes. So my thing that I say is 1 day, okay, 2 days, no way. That's my goal. So 1 day, okay, 2 days, no way. So if I miss one day of my goal, I'm like, okay, it's okay. Take a deep breath. It's okay, girl. You can get back on it, but don't miss it the second time. So, and if you can start, like, immediately get back on track. If you fall off track, immediately, don't waste time, because that's where excuses and things happen and you get all sidetracked. So immediately, as fast as you can, you get right back on track. Give yourself grace, but get right back on track.
Get right back on track. Now, one of the things I wanted to hit too, one of the points was, because I just saw something a couple of weeks ago on one of my pages. Good friend of mine, Dr. Mark Gomez. Hi, Mark. African-American, great internist here in our town. His wife, Tiffany. Hi, Tiff. And they have 2 children. And Ava, their oldest girl, she's a big gymnast, middle school. She's a state champion and all this stuff. And then they have a little boy. Now, and she posted a beautiful pasta dish she made. And she goes, finally, I was shocked. She said, finally, a meal that everyone, we sat down to a dinner where everyone ate the same thing. I was like, what? I only ate before y'all. And you gonna eat what I put on the table, you gonna go hungry. What happened in days, right? So let's talk about that. People who, you know, because you have how many? You still have 2 kids at home?
I have 4 still here.
4 still at home, and you and your partner, so that's 6 of you. How
Yeah.
many different things go down on the table? Do you eat at the same time? Is somebody standing at the counter in the kitchen eating? Somebody eating in the bedroom or the family room? How does that look? Because that has a lot to do also.
Yeah.
I get
Well,
on
see,
my husband when I catch him standing and eating lunch at the counter. Honey, sit
yeah.
down at the table. That's a real thing.
Sit down.
See,
Sit down.
talk about it.
Yeah. Well, so first of all, I do not make different meals but that's just me. Like when my kids were little, they were never very picky, thank God, because I cooked the meal and that's what you're going to eat. And at the end of the day, if you're hungry, you're going to eat it. And so I think because I started them off like that, they were never very picky kids. I know there's, a lot of moms or parents who will cater to what their kids want. Like, oh, he only wants chicken nuggets, but that's all you're feeding him. So that's what he's going to eat. And he's going to whine if you don't give it to him. So they give in. But here's the thing. We can't go backward. So if your kids are already in a place where they're real picky, everybody wants different things. What I really like is I like to do like bars, buffet style. So I like doing like burrito bowls. Yeah, because everybody can pick and choose what they want. Like burrito bowls, for example, I'll make like some quinoa. I have avocados. I have onion, all these different toppings, your protein. I didn't make different things, but I put it in different little containers. So if you want an avocado or if you don't, that's okay.
That's so smart.
Yeah, you just pick and choose what you want, and they can put it whatever they want in their bowl. So that's one way I like to do it is don't make it more difficult for yourself. If you can kind of create meals that everybody will enjoy, but they can decide what they want. Salad bars are the same thing, like different salads, different toppings, kind of keep it separate. They can put what they want on their salads. That's one thing, but it's again, it goes back to there's a decision to make. And if you want to be healthy, and if like your kids want this and your husband wants this, it's about having a conversation. Listen, y'all, I need your support, mom or dad, whatever. I'm on a journey. I want to lose weight. I want to eat healthier. I want us all to be healthier. And sometimes just having the conversation, there's a shift in the family. But a lot of times we get mad. We're not talking to anybody. We're not explaining what our journey is. And so we're kind of in it alone and we're doing all these unnecessary things.
You want to know another hack that I found works really well? Because one pushback or excuse a lot of people have, myself included, it's been that way.
Yeah.
Eating healthy and all that is just too expensive. It's just too expensive. I can't afford organic, and how I know it's organic anyway, because they put a sticker on it. Right?
Yeah.
You hold them to potatoes. How you know the difference? Right. We say these things to ourselves, right? But one thing I learned, especially when you have multiple people in the house, was to keep a dry erase board somewhere around, like on the side of the fridge or somewhere, with all of the leftovers listed that were in the refrigerator. There's leftover spaghetti. And if you eat what's left and there's none left, erase it. So that way people can look at the board and see what's in there and then go find what they want instead of standing in front of the door with it open saying, I don't see nothing I want. I'm going to just go to McDonald's.
Ooh. And that's a big no. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And you know what I used to do with my clients where I would have my discovery call was at McDonald's. And I'd meet them at McDonald's, right? And I'd time it so that I'd be already standing in line ordering. I'll say, I'll take a Big Mac meal, and I didn't really eat the stuff, but I would order it. And they were sitting there, and they go, and they're like, I'll take a salad, right? Knowing good well they won't. And they were like, well, how come you get? I said, because when you get to where you want to be, where you when you hit your goal and you have maintained it for a while, you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. I can do that. Can't right now. Enjoy that salad, right?
That salad, honey.
And then I take a bite of the Big Mac, and it feel like something kicked me in the stomach. Oh, because my body like, are you crazy putting that shit in here? Right. So let's talk about this. How organic are you when you shop? Do you buy organic or do you buy regular old stuff?
I aim for organic. Now everything's not organic. I also look at like strawberries, for example, are considered like a dirty fruit. And so I try to get those organic. I look at the dirty list. There's fruits that are a little bit considered more dirty than others. And so I know.
I didn't know that. Why
Yeah.
is strawberries dirty? Why?
I think because they're exposed and they spray all these pesticides on them.
But they do that with everything, don't they?
They do it with everything, but like avocados have a protective barrier, for
Oh,
example,
bananas and
right?
pineapple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the avocados may not be considered as dirty as a strawberry because it's just open and exposed. But you should look up the list. There's like a list of dirty fruits.
I
And
have no idea.
yeah, I know. It's
Y'all
just
knew
our
that? Dirty
fruit
fruit.
industry.
Is there a list of dirty vegetables?
I think so. Yeah.
Now let's talk about meat.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go
What
ahead.
kind of is there any things off limit for you and your family?
We
You
do
know,
not
do
eat
you
pork.
huh?
We do not eat pork.
Is that a religious choice?
It's not necessarily. It's more because if you look at the animal, okay, the pigs don't sweat. So they're very toxic. They're very dirty on the inside. And interestingly, my dad used to work back in the day, like before I was born. He worked at one of those slaughterhouses.
Ooh, they say people that work there don't never eat no meat.
Oh yeah, he said after he saw them pigs, I think he banned pork for a long time. For a long time, I think they eat it in moderation now, but like he was like, "Oh man, what I saw in the slaughterhouses."
So wait a minute. Keep it real. So when you
Okay.
at the family reunion and Uncle so and so is over there on that burn barrel grill, you know, the one that was used to be a trash can, they cut it open, and
Right.
then ribs is sizzling, and he got his little vinegar spray bottle and stuff, and you know you don't feel tempted to just eat a little piece.
Listen, I used to be real tempted to be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get a little taste, a little bite." But I don't know. I think now because I know what it is in my mind, I think about what it's doing in my body. And I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like, do y'all got some beef ribs? I'll eat that. I'll eat some beef
Okay.
ribs or some
Okay.
lamb chops.
Right. So, but it's important that we understand why we're saying no. Now, don't just say it because it's fashionable or because your sister, who looked like she have everything and be cute, a size 0, said it. You have to understand, correct?
Absolutely.
Let's
you need
talk
to
about
know
sugar. That's right. Now go to the sugar. When we come in your kitchen or we come in your house, do we find processed sugar, granulated sugar?
I don't have any sugar, but I have honey. And you still have to be careful with honey. I have stevia, monk fruit, stuff like that. But you still got to be careful with all those things because I love a little bit of honey in my tea, you know. But I have
How you gonna
found
make a peach cobbler or a sakatumi cake or a caramel cake with some whatever that fruit was you said?
monk fruit.
Monk fruit. Hey, girl, you taste that caramel cake. I put some my secret ingredient was monk fruit. They're gonna look at you like,
To make that, I'll get what I need if I decide to make it. But it's not just in my kitchen. I keep my kitchen safe. I believe in that because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
yeah.
But if I'm like, you know what, I have a family event or I want to make this for the family, I'll go get some. It's okay.
It's because it's one time, not all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
real quick, I can't believe we run out of time. We got to get you back here. We need a 90-minute special or something. That's what we need. We're gonna talk about that. Hang out. What do I got coming up? I got till 9:30. Hang out for a couple minutes when we close. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Last question. What about when we go out to eat? If we're doing well because we're meal prepping, we're getting there. All of a sudden, we got to go to a wedding or we got to go out to eat with friends.
Yeah.
Should we get that little naked salad and pretend like we're having a good time and cut horrible glazes at everybody who, girl, you're kicking good. You know what I mean?
Down to the gristle of the chicken.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
How do we not resent our commitment when we're in mixed company?
Well, first of all, eat before you go. Like if you have like a wedding or something like that, eat a meal so you're not starving. And then it's all about portion control. I'm not like, I can't have any of the things. It's okay to take some bites of this and that and enjoy yourself. Because like you said, it's not every single day. And we have to make sure this lifestyle is sustainable.
Yes.
So we can't be hard on ourselves every time there's a celebration. But we do need to be mindful of portions. And another thing, like if you're going out to eat, I always tell people if you're on a journey, if you can pay attention to aim to avoid breads, dressings, and sauces. Okay.
Yes.
Get things like your lean proteins, your non-starchy veggies, you can still go out to eat and enjoy yourself. But and another thing I say, as soon as you get your plate, put half of it in a to-go box. So now you have a nice portion and you have your leafy vegetables if necessary. You have your protein and you're not doing too much, right? So it's all about being strategic, planning ahead, having a plan so that you don't go crazy and get overwhelmed with all the things that are there that you want to try.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Great advice. And like I made lima beans last night because I knew today was Friday and my husband doesn't have any patience on Friday. So he'll probably go out and get lunch or whatever. He'll go shopping or whatever. So I know I will eat that for lunch with a piece of chicken that was left from last night. Overlapping things and like getting ahead of it. Because if it's there, I'll grab it. If it's not, anything sometimes. But so I wanted, last thing, I wanted to touch on, what was it? Doggone it. It was a good one. Not meal prep. Constant change. Oh Lord, that's another senior moment. 2 in 1 hour. There's just so much to it. But I will say this. So what's the first step when people want to reach out to you? Because somebody listening now or on the replay is going to want to make a change. I just know it. What should they do first to start the conversation with you?
Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at Coach Jamila Ani. Okay. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. Shoot me a DM. I'm totally open to having conversations. I do a free holistic transformation consult. It's 30 minutes just to talk about anything that you want to talk about, your goals, any challenges that you're having. So I totally am open to doing that because it's all about empowering you all to feel like it's not overwhelming. And I help you with just small, simple strategies so that you don't feel like this is another thing you're adding to your plate. Because again, y'all, health is wealth. And so it's so important to take care of your body right now, wherever you are. Take care of your body and hit me up. I'm open to having a conversation for sure.
There you are. There you are. You guys, on your screen, you see all of the roads or the most prominent roads to starting that conversation with Coach Jamila. And there on the side, you see I've already accessed her beautiful website. Get over there. There's a lot more than what you see on the screen, but I want to give you just a little, I love the way that tastes. Get in there and have an entire plate full of what she's offering. I just want to say thank you so much for coming in today and reminding us all of the importance of, saying what we mean and mean what we say. You guys, I mean, I lost a friend while we were in Jackson Hole last week. We flew in a week ago today, changed and went straight to her memorial. And those things always get us to think about, so don't wait until it's too late because it is never too late. If you want to change, be the change. And then you can show someone else how to get to where you're already at. Any parting words? What's your Jerry Springer? If people were going to forget everything we talked about today and remember only one thing, what would you say that thing would be that you would hope they never forget, Coach Jamila?
Remember this acronym, SEEDS, SEEDS. Okay, this is for longevity and health. S is for healthy social interactions. Okay. E is for exercise. Make sure that you are exercising and moving your body. The other E is, I don't remember, but I'm going to get back to you.
Was that a junior moment?
It was a junior moment, but it's kind of gonna come back. The D is diet, right? Make sure that you're eating the right foods and you have good nutrition and all of those things. And then the S is for sleep. The other S is for sleep.
One of my favorite pastimes.
Y'all, if you don't get your sleep in tune, that is so important for restoration and recovery. So make sure you're getting your good sleep. And I cannot believe I said exercise. What is the other E?
Engagement? I don't know. I'm making up something.
S. Y'all find me on Facebook. I'll put it on there.
That's why we need you back. That's why.
I know.
Don't feel bad. Hang out backstage. You guys, listen. Sorry, we're out of time. Meet me back here on Monday. God willing, I'll be sitting in the chair or I'll meet you out front on the front porch. We're together. I'm trying to see who's coming next week. Oh, let me flip the page. Oh, Joshua Hoyt. Remember him? He was here a couple years ago. He was the mayor of his town. Well, he's moved on to greener pastures. At least they're more exciting than being mayor, or so he says. Tune in Monday. We got a great week of guests for you ahead next week. Now, get out today, every day. Search for one E and one R. Push it up next to everything you wake up as. You'll go from strong to stronger, bright to brighter, kind to kinder, nice to nicer. And get out and find a higher piece of yourself. That's right. Keep evolving, keep growing, keep showing. And I promise that I will meet you and we will have another illuminated conversation Monday, God willing. Now, in the meantime, get out of here. Don't let my screen door slam. And I will see you next week. I love you, love you, love you. I tell you every day, and there ain't a damn thing y'all can do about it. I'll see you. Get out of here. I love you. Bye, Jamila. Great job. Thank you so much. Man, you're a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
You really are. We are. Thank you so much. God bless. Okay, you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.